Hey guys, Germon65 here, and welcome back to another video, and today will be my first Creepypasta. So I really hope you enjoy this, and here we go. The Mothman is who I will be doing it about today, and he's a popular, well, I don't know what the gender is. The Mothman's a popular creature around my area because I live in the Midwest, around the Appalachian Mountains, in Ohio. So he's pretty popular around here. So, anyways, the background story behind it and some facts, and then I'll tell you some stories about it. Alright, so from 1966 to 1967, the small town of Point Pleasant, West Virginia, was anything but pleasant. Many people believe that a mysterious monster called Mothman terrorized the people there. Witnesses claim the beast was like an owl, but bigger than a human, and had terrifying red eyes. Some even blame the ghostly creature for the destruction of the bridge that killed dozens of people, and that's the Silver Bridge. So, and I believe on here it says that somewhere. So, moth or bird. Eyewitnesses say that Mothman had wings like a bird than a moth, which spread out 10 feet wide, and a body that was 7 feet tall. The creature could float straight up into the air just by unfolding its wings, and fly without flapping them. The Mothman's most dominant feature was its eyes, which glowed with a sinister red light. These eyes struck terror in those who saw them, and they were all some people could remember about this monster. And that's true, because I've seen on Netflix, there's a movie called Eyes of the Mothman, and if you want more information about the Mothman, watch that. So, named by a local newspaper editor as a spoof of the superhero Batman. These are like creepy features. Body parts: huge, feathered wings, human-sized body, red glowing eyes. Where? Mothman terrorized the small town of Point Pleasant, West Virginia. Legendary origin: supposed sighting in the mid-1960s. And then now, first contact. The first sighting of Mothman came on November 15th, 1966, when two couples were driving past an old factory that had been used to make explosives during World War II. The people saw two strange red lights near the factory gate and stopped the car to get a better look. To their horror, they saw that the lights were actually the glowing eyes of the creature that would later be named Mothman. They sped away, but Mothman took flight and chased after them, even keeping pace when they drove at 100 miles per hour. An investigator from New York named John Keel claimed that Mothman had psychic powers and could predict or even cause great tragedies. His book, The Mothman Prophesies, was made into a movie starring Richard Gere. Some say Mothman was an alien visitor, several people reporting seeing UFOs in the area around the same time as the creature's appearances. Some even reported being visited by secret government agents who wore black suits. On December 15th, 1967, exactly 13 months after Mothman's first appearance, the Silver Gate Bridge near Point Pleasant suddenly collapsed, sending 46 people to their deaths in the water below. Some survivors say they saw Mothman flying overhead and believe it caused the tragic event. So that's all that's on this card that I have. And one story I can remember, I I can't exactly remember the time. I believe it was around the same time that the two couples found him near the factory for the explosives. But another story I can remember. A man and his family were in their living room. I know the year was 1967. So, but anyways, they were sitting in the living room watching TV when suddenly the TV started to go static. And then they saw something flying overhead, like a meteor. Then it crashed right out in their backyard, with a very loud bang. Their dog went straight outside after the object, and when they went out there, the dog was gone, and all that remained were sparkling lights, like sparks from a campfire. And then suddenly they arose into the sky and disappeared. 2 days later, they found the skeleton of the dog. Something killed it. And then that same night, they saw the Mothman flying overhead. And that's all that I could remember from the story. But that is in the movie Eyes of the Mothman. So check that out on Netflix, or I believe you can rent it at like Family Video or whatever. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and see you guys in the next video. And I'm planning on doing more creepypastas. Tell me which ones you want, and I'll be glad to do them. The one that I'm planning to do next would be about black-eyed kids. So just mentioning it, I could be visited tonight by black-eyed kids. I have no idea. But I live out in the country, so hopefully not. See you guys in the next video.